Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice edition. We are I'm here on the platform because I wanted to take Nyoka in here. We're gonna put the science weapons and stuff back. We're gonna grab Max as well.
Didn't
Um,
I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
what are you talking about? Anyway, um, yeah. So we're gonna drop off the other science weapons that we have here, the gloop gun and such. There we go. We're going to keep the shotgun because I want to see if we can do anything with it. All right, Ellie. She has this 21 armor. What is her helmet? 26? We'll give her this one. I also have a point for her. Healing. Inhaler, 120% health. Yeah, I guess. That's the best we can do on that one. Felix. We're gonna give him. I think we're gonna give him this armor. I think that fits him. He's the heavy. 26. We're gonna give him a big ol' fat heavy helmet. And we're gonna give him the toss ball weapon damage because of course that's kind of who he is. Nyoka, we've already dealt with her. 16. You always give him this. Let's give him that. And then 26. Give him the 49. And then trick shot ignores now. I don't know. I don't understand why I seemingly can't use any of the companions uh like their skill thing. Is it because like something's not high enough? I would assume maybe it's because like my leader rating or whatever isn't high enough. That's kind of what I thought. Let's see. Sam, in-ray damage received. Yeah, it's probably for the best. I was thinking it was because my leadership is very low. Yeah, see, so my leadership isn't up to 20, so I can't get them to do the attacks. So I should maybe try to get this up to 20, just so we can do those, but I don't necessarily know if I care all that much. All right, so yeah, let's don't have any. I don't have anything new, so let's go to. Oh, here are the cows. These fucking cows, dude. Let's tinker with the shotgun. And let's modify it. Maybe I can't modify it? No, I can't because it doesn't have any. Like 61 times 8. All right, let's pull that out. We'll give it one more go. All right, we'll junk all of those. We're going to add 2 of those because we don't need more than 2. At time. All right, so let's now leave and grab Max. We will leave Parvati here. We'll take Max with us and Nyoka. We'll now go talk to Sanjar. Oh God! I can't believe I lived. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I cannot believe that. That was incredible. The fact that I lived was a miracle.
You a true believer, or do you just...
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Yeah, so I found this data cartridge with details of UDL's secret experiments.
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
Yeah, I do. Here you go. Well, wait, hold on. Not so fast. What are these reformations you're talking about?
I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
You are? You could do a lot of good around here, you know. Don't go getting my hopes up.
But that's entirely the point. We've got to hope. We have got to partake once more of the full resources and opportunities of Halcyon.
What about the folks out in the wilderness? Amber Heights, Fallbrook. Will you share with them, or will you hoard those resources here?
My sincerest hope is for MSI to become a model for all of Halcyon. But we must start somewhere. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Alright, here you go.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Alright. So. Yeah, Radio Free Monarch. Turn to Lila. So now we will do Empty Man. We'll leave out of here. Okay, so let's travel to. No, we gotta travel to just to Fallbrook. Oh no, I guess it's outside Fallbrook. It looks like it's like showing that it's in Fallbrook. What the fuck? Okay, so search for along the riverbed.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Miss Remgarine Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do, and even that ain't a guarantee.
Alright, so I guess we're looking along here.
You're a deft hand with a mag pick.
See, it's like showing it's showing that we need to go into here. So you find Scholar. Then where the fuck is this? Oh, it's in that like cave way in the back. Okay, I thought it was showing that it was like outside. All right, well then we were here the whole time.
You seen Arthur today?
Again, I keep doing that. I'm used to holding, like, I've been playing Terminator Resistance, so I'm, like, used to holding L1, so. Alright, not this one. This next. Down here. Alright, so we'll come down here, then. Here he is.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
This guy doesn't look like much of a scholar, Max. Care to explain?
This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar. But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
You're gonna give up everything you've ever believed in just for revenge?
Yes, that's about the long and short of it. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Max, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
Word hermit? Sounds kind of flimsy to me.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
Go. What do you say, Vicar?
Fine. We've got more important things to do anyway.
Alright, well, there we go.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
Cut the crap, Max. You lied to me about Cheney, and I want to know why.
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
I understand. We all get a little obsessed sometimes. You're forgiven.
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
Why don't you tell me you served time in prison?
You never asked.
Very funny. Would you care to explain now?
Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Baconu journal.
What was it like being in there?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
All right.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of
All right.
something vexing.
No, I was gonna tell you to return to the unreliable, actually.
Will do, Captain.
Yeah, thanks. We got a fucking notification from for my PlayStation app. Pre-order Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, thanks, PlayStation. I'm not going to, because I really don't give a fuck about D&D. Nor do I want to play a game where you just, like, fuck bears and stuff, so I'm set. Everybody's like, oh, it's like the best, it's like the perfect RPG, and I'm like, I couldn't care less. Like, I don't like D&D and shit. Like, these are the kinds of RPGs I like playing. I'm fine with this. So, leave me the fuck alone. I don't get the hype behind stuff like Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand really. To be honest, I don't really understand the hype behind like D&D in general. Like, I've never found D&D to be a I've never found it to be like a fun thing to play. Like, every time people play like D&D, it always seems like it's just like a tedious. It's like a tedious set of rules you have to follow, and you're just like creating all of this like massive amounts of campaigns that take just, I mean, sometimes days upon days to complete. It's like, I really don't understand. Like, I guess maybe it's just because like people like the idea of creating like they're using their imagination to create fantasy, but like I've never been somebody to have gotten into D&D, and it's not really something that I've ever kind of like felt that I've been like, oh hey, this is something that I've really been excited for. I've never been into kind of games like that. In terms of RPGs, I like games like this because I love being able to like not have an overwhelming amount of things to do. I feel like that's kind of like the thing with like D&D games, especially with Baldur's Gate, is like the game is just full, is like completely, it has such an overwhelming amount of things to do that how do you ever, it's like World of Warcraft. It's like, how do you ever complete anything? That's like, for me, what I love about doing RPGs like this in Mass Effect is like, I like completing stuff. So for me, that's why I can't ever get into things like games like D&D in general, or like games that are D&D based, like Baldur's Gate.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Alright, so we're gonna take Max.
Remember that you are not insured.
Thanks. We'll take Max. We're not gonna take Nyoka. We're gonna take Max and Parvati. Plus, I don't know, I think the whole like having sex with a bear thing is kind of weird. And I know that it's not an actual bear, you don't need to fucking tell me. But what I'm saying is that I feel like it just seems kind of weird to me. Like, the idea of like faux bestiality is kind of strange. So, and people will be like, it's not bestiality, they're a druid. I'm aware. But still. It's still strange to me. Oh, hello. May I come in here and steal your things?
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be
Mayhaps?
so much more exciting.
I'm not here to rob you. I'm here to get this book translated. Max?
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I have spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
We've come a long way to help Max get some peace. Is there anything you can do to help?
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared.
What happens if you're unprepared?
Either hallucinate hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way.
Well, Max just said he was prepared, didn't he?
And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
I don't know, Captain. Is this safe? I don't think this is safe.
You can go back to ship if you're uncomfortable.
I don't want to leave you all on your lonesome. I'll just... Oh, fine, I'll do it.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense.
Oh boy.
It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
Alright, well. Alright, time to breathe deeply. It's time to huff some drugs.
Maximilian, why are you still doing this? You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
I'm melting.
Y'all see these stars I'm seeing? Gosh, they're pretty.
All I see is both of you fuckers. I don't see shit. If she's an hallucination, why am I seeing her too?
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated. Perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I get out of here, I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
I hope you'll pardon my interruption, but I think it's because he's unhappy with himself.
Came all this way. We got at least you're out.
Thank you. It relieves me to see there's at least one positive influence in my son's life after all these years. Has he told you how he thoughtlessly abandoned us?
Thoughtlessly? How could you say that? I only wanted you and Father to be proud of me. I was going to be the perfect vessel. I was going to be a better... more full of the plan. This here, it's all coming out wrong. The plan, it filled you with a joy I could never feel. I wanted it. And being a laborer made me miserable. I was better than that.
You certainly convinced yourself you were. But don't feel bad. We continually lie to ourselves, weaving stories in a vain attempt to convince us that we are in control of anything. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
Stories are real. If they mean something, if they inspire you to kindness or action, but maybe Max's story about himself is all wrong, and that's why he's so unhappy.
Your mom's right, Max. Your story blinded you to the truth and landed you in prison.
What the fuck are you talking about? Where
we are, Max. Trusting an imbalanced hermit with your sanity seem rational to you?
No, I just wanted to prove to my parents that Damn it. You're right.
Max, you need to lay the past to rest. What happened with your father and I, it's long dead. To attain your goals, you must live in the chaos. Be fine with the chaos. Whether you resist or not, it will take you wherever it wants. More assuredly than even the fictional architects plan you slave away to prove.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me? You couldn't be more right. Hello, Max. What? Who?
Hello, Max. It's me,
Why do
Max.
you look like me? Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me?
If he does, he shouldn't. He's a better man than he gives himself credit for.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, Captain, but I don't know. Is it wrong to try to be a gooder, better person than I am? But that's not what you're doing, is it? You're desperately trying to find a story to organize reality in your head. A story to control everything. A new story of the happy you, the contented you. Me. That's not... It can't be right. I've only been searching for the answer to the equation, because it will set us free, won't it? How? By removing the need to make any decision? To have your life completely controlled? The illusion of certainty? Your obsession allowed you to avoid the real question. Who are you? I'm Max. Me! I'm real. You can't convince me otherwise. Please don't convince me I'm not.
It's okay, Mr. Vicker. We're here, watching over you. You just ride this out, right?
Yeah, please don't do that. I'm invested in being me.
Your individual self is what's not real. It is simply a concept. By the architect. Architect? How could I have believed in an architect? That's ridiculous. I must be losing my mind completely. What you're saying almost makes sense. We exist inside our thoughts, thinking we're in control. That's it, isn't it?
We're just
We
puppets.
have no control over anything. It's all lies. How could I not have seen this? But how do we escape ourselves?
You're doing great, Max. Do you think the hermit would mind if I throw up in the corner?
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before.
Thankfully, all that talking and arguing ruined my high.
Ruined? You seem to be having quite the time. Though I must admit I was a bit concerned when you stripped naked and tried to eat your clothes.
I meant to do that.
I was joking. You passed out fairly early in the process. Well before I realized what an ignorant fool I've been. Everything is perfect.
Glad you found the answers you were looking for, Max.
In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. I understand so much more now. I see it all. All there is to be experienced, to be lived. Of course there is pain.
Max had
and
an ego
loss,
death, is what he had.
But the suffering is caused by trying to control reality. Clinging to the way you want things to be. Not enjoying the way they are.
There may be something to that. You seem happy, or at least not angry.
I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing.
Hey, anything for a friend. So we've finished Max's companion quest. So he's getting the Tune In perk. So now when you finish your companion quest, they get where is it? Here we go. So they have the hack support sermon. Yeah, so now the drug effect duration is 50%. So he gets like an extra little perk. Basically, it goes on top of like what he has here. And all the characters have that as well. So, and also the other thing is too, is that when you complete a companion quest, they're basically like, call them like loyal. So the whole thing with them is that having the companion quest done and getting their like bonus perk means that they're loyal. So you'll see what the loyalty does for you when we get near to the end of the game. All right, return to Lila. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. What are you fucking talking about?
All security. Eliminated.
Now can I travel, please and thank you. Alright, so we'll travel back to Groundbreaker. Woo, right past the sun.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Alright, I'm going to take... I'm just going to take Parvati with me, I think, at this point. Okay, I need to sell all this stuff because I'm getting pretty close to being overburdened, over-encumbered. There we go. It's Spacer's choice. Alright, so we'll go back and talk to Layla, whatever the fuck. Oh, apparently I brought Max with me as well. I thought he was deselected, but...
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Height of ambition for us all.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
In case you were curious, no one was following me.
No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine doesn't always play nice with others, but it sounds like she and Clive reached some kind of understanding. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
Like they were hanging on to your every word, scheming. And when you turned around, maybe they just oinked like innocent little idiots.
I mean, they're pigs. Well, wink at her softly. That sounds utterly insane, Layla.
You talk that way to your last boss? Consider yourself on notice. That attitude has no place in a legitimate business.
You're talking about pigs?
I'm probably getting worked up over nothing.
You are.
Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know?
Sure, whatever you say.
Attaboy. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work. You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
How big we talking? Not like groundbreaker big, right?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
How did a research station become salvage?
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly legal.
Sounds risky. Do you have a buyer lined up?
Not this time. The board tolerates our business up to a point, and selling off a station full of their old gear and terminals crosses that point. But if we were to move in and commandeer the station as a Sublight salvage remote office, that's a different matter. Legally gray by comparison. More of a squatter situation.
Alright, just point me in the right direction.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Understood.
I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Okay, then. Alright, back to the ship. And I think we'll take on that quest, shall we? Ice Palace. HRS 1084.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static. Please avoid damaging your...
Alright, so we're not going to take Max. We're just going to take... No, we'll take Parvati and Sam.
Please check battery levels before initiating an extended sanitization session.
Let's check the map on here. Restricted access. Okay, that door's locked. That leads upstairs. Ow. Okay, so we got this cafeteria kitchen area. Sure, Grit. Alright, so we got a downstairs there. Restore power. Override terminal. Okay, that's sealed.
Got it. Inside voices.
Where's this taking us? Ah. Up here. Which we're might be able to use that. It's smashed. Shipping label 1 case of UDL concussion mines to HRS 1084. Signed by Chief Security Ida Kimball. Warning, contents may have shifted in transit. Warranty is void on any and all detonated mines regardless of cause. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying mines is a fireable offense. Mines are not a company-authorized decoration, pet, or sporting equipment. Mines are not suitable for ingestion. Mines are not eligible for any recycling promotion. Do not purposely stand, sit, or recline on mines. Mines are not your friend. UDL claims no liability for any actions taken or not taken by mines. UDL recognizes that you have chosen any remote that you could have chosen any remote explosive provider. Your committed guarantees product quality and safety for many shipments to come. Thank you and have a pleasant detonation. Quality and safety not guaranteed. Yeah, don't ingest the mines. So how the hell are we getting in here? There's like a... Looks like we could have gotten there from here. But was there a... Oh, there was. I thought for a minute, I was like, well, how do you get in here then? Blank UDL keycard. Shotgun with this terminal. Sealed. Okay, let's see. Terminal power. Oh yeah, so we have to actually get the power back on before we're able to actually use any of this. To do that, we have to go downstairs. So. Ow, fuck. I didn't see the mine. At least I did not ingest the mine. Modified generator mode, normal. Alright. 100% output. Alright, so, reports. Status report. Critical issue 1, non-critical issue 2. Critical issues. A toilet in the maintenance barracks is not flush. Replacement part ordered 1,243 days ago. Non-critical issues. Sensors indicate Alta Vita gas is leaking from storage tank. Alta Vita gas is toxic to humans. Admin override. Priorities to non-critical. Management does not utilize the Alta Vita gas tank storage room. Issue 2. Sensors detect the new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Oof. Let's repair the toilet, shall we? Existing work order. Oh, it was opened 991 days ago and was last accessed 991 days ago. Alright.
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage.
What's going on?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape.
I think you got the wrong guy.
I think not. The refueling system at Cascadia's landing pad logged your ship ID. You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of Forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
You're about to make an enemy of Sublight. Trust me, you don't want that.
Sublight? Ugh. I hate it when you outlaws organize. The paperwork for killing you would be the death of me.
Sorry, now I feel bad. Want to fight me anyway, off the record?
That's kind of you to ask, but we have a tight schedule. It's open season on trespassers. Squad, I'm ordering a recall. There's a misspelling on orders that ought to be corrected. On the double.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the
Bye.
station. They appear to be departing into space.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved them true.
Restricted area requires ID for the board. We don't have that, so now that the robots are awake. They'll be inclined to attack us. That's where we need to go.
Unexpected.
Yeah, this I think I'm out on this shotgun, to be honest. I think I'm out on this shotgun, to be honest. It just is not. It's not doing it. Board reputation decreased. Let's look at this. So, still neutral. Everybody else is revering currently. Zerducer's choice. They're neutral. Agreeable. Code keycard. Messages. Redacted. Subject closing down. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. I've taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive material containment rating of this asset, which means you are permitted to leave with the company branded consumables, but all personal effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. The cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer's Care approved alienist. Personal files. Note on Guthrie J. James is gone and he never said goodbye. I keep telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside the tank, or maybe he was just as bad at he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits aren't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Note on Chief Kimball. Kimball thinks there'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night. Said if there's anything that happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Well, I don't see a daughter's name anywhere, so... Okay, we have this door here.
proximity analysis. Extreme sterilization measures employed. Caution. Contact with electrical currents can be lethal to customers.
Control helmet. All right, security routines. Disengage security checkpoint security. Oh, I have to hack it. All right, disengage that. Personal files, log Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet. Just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay, weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL Electro Floor 3000 for my checkpoint and a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. All right, well, we've got that turned off. Okay, let's see. So we have all these rooms over here. These are all like the personal rooms I would take a guess at. Well, they left their bits here too. I hate how exact it has to be. God. Just to pick up some crap. Now, how do you like end up leaving your money behind? Especially if you're like, you're just like being, the place is like shutting down and you're just like packing everything up, getting ready to leave.
Scanning for C. System 5, 4.
Alright, well. Yes, I'm aware. My reputation with the board has decreased. Holding tank 2. Subject, Dr. Claire Pearsall. Current status alive in unstable condition. Stasis setting active. Notes, subject's condition is dire. Make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time, I swear. We'll bring you back. With love, Dr. Eva Chartrand, Dr. Lorelei Fall, and Dr. James Guthrie. So that would be her, right? In there? Or no, this is just as James Guthrie. Alive, extremely unstable. Subject will need extensive nucleon resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. I'm so sorry to end up like this, James. We'll come back for you and fix all this. I swear on it. Please forgive us. Eva Chartrand and and Lorelei Fall. So then, where's her tank? Oh, she's up there. Okay, so she's up there, and then James is in here. So James wouldn't put it into a tank until after her. There's another one here. Charles McNulty, alive in stable condition. Subject should not be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. So Eva, Lorelei, James, and Claire. So James and Claire were not in the tank. So this was the first guy to go, I guess. So there were 5 of them, and it was down to 4, 3, and then 2. There's nobody in that one. I guess we'll go in here. Let's see. Let me guess. Right. Messages. Your concerns. You asked that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale, their commitment to the project? This is from Redacted to Kimball. Of course, morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear and scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Kimball. Bedtime story. Draft. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier. While the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses, the soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower, far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal. But no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending? Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday. Mom. Alright, well. It's 150. Jesus. See, again, like, I don't understand all these doors that are like 150. Unlock personal quarters. Here we go. Modify systems access protocols. Insert sublight override cartridge. There we go. Project summary. Executive Research Focus Group. Purpose, biological hybridization and assimilation strategies. All the active and inactive members. Goal, further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained from halcyon native fauna, aka Raptidon. Messages. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. Logs. Charlie. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolation tissue into a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. For every time Lore walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. Claire. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow, I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. James. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all of our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Eva hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe some time away from HRS 1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads, but we're not even close to that point. And then outboard comm transcript. Chartrand E. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Redacted. Who is this? I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted Station 1084. You have orders to maintain wireless silence until mission in state is achieved. Executive override. Password antediluvian. What can I do for you, Doctor? Audible sigh. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem with the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Camaro Research Department at George de Harbisi Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Station 1084, misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive override, save in case of emergency. Damn it, this is an emergent. Transmission ends. Executive override for user Star Trend E discontinued. Duration indefinite. Yeah, you can see how helpful they are, right? Alright, so maybe we should get that up to 20. Like that. And then maybe hack the 3 points. All right, yeah, companion abilities, I know. Perks, let's see. Sense weapon damage. I mean, the Lone Master is kind of good, but we'll do this.
We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce. Don't we know Chartrand from Cascadia?
Yeah. So 150 lockpick for that. Honestly, kind of stupid. That's fucking it. So a shitty armor research mask. And a shock cannon. That's also going in the garbage. Alright. So we're good on everything else, so we can get the fuck out of here.
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
Well, you're welcome. I have fantastic communication skills. Like I said, it's when you're playing this game, the best thing to do is to always have like your dialogue skills be like one of the things that you always want to be like high starting out, because see, like with the cashiers, bonus supports, soliloquy, you want these just like, I mean, because here's the thing, even though like it's a adjusted skill value, having these be high is always great because of the fact that you do a lot of talking with people, and the idea of persuading people or intimidating people
I'll lock up behind you.
is always just a great idea. I mean, you know, like that's the whole thing about like games that are Fallout. Like the best thing about them is having like one of the best skills you could have is the persuasion. I mean, sure, it's kind of nice to have a fight, but at the same time, you know, you're also getting XP from persuasion skills. It allows you to talk your way out of situations or to be able to convince people to do things that, you know, that can avoid people getting killed or avoiding pissing people off. You know, it's just like when you're wandering around through areas that you're not supposed to be in, you're able to persuade enemies that you're allowed to be there. You know, it just works. And it's always been something that it's like I've always said is an essential skill to a character in a game like this.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
The base had scientists and suspension tanks. Some might still be alive.
I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with humans.
So it's called the Ice Palace because they're all put on ice.
I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station?
UDO gunship bows the station, but I convinced them to back off.
I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
I'm listening.
After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
Bad news, I take it.
Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
I'm guessing you have an idea.
Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
I can do that.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens.
Oh my god, about the aliens!
Responsible for the deaths at 1084.
Ugh.
Who knows what else?
We know they're real!
We have to put a stop to it.
The US government confirmed them already. We know that aliens are real. Nobody cares at this point. Aliens.
I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
Your crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions?
A few.
If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside.
When you say aliens, what are we talking about here?
Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced.
Like lizard people?
This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us.
Well, that was the idea on the...
It's more like those monsters on Monarch.
I mean, that's pretty true. I mean, you know, the little green bastards. I haven't seen any evidence of aliens.
No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep.
I mean, how do you know I'm not an alien spy on a mission to silence you?
Sharing my findings took a calculated risk. If you were a spy, I doubt you'd even realize it. Only your cells would know.
Crossed your eyes. We're coming to get you, Lila. Well, that's comforting.
Probably nothing to worry about, as long as you don't start growing tentacles or slowing down time. Yeah,
about that second one. Don't stop time. I do not slow down time. Anyway, tell me what needs to be done.
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiment.
Don't know anything about slowing down
she
time.
sold out her species. I need
I
you to
the
put
alien?
a bullet through her skull.
Whoa. Why does Dr. Chartrand need to die?
She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team.
I mean, that's a good point. Your concern for the fate of our species is admirable.
You've got me all wrong. I just want to add Savior of Humanity to my resume.
Oh, of course.
I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage.
The labs I passed through didn't seem that evil.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive. Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab.
Where does Chartrand fit into your evil alien conspiracy bullshit?
We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain.
Yo, wake up, sheeple! The aliens are...
She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep.
There's the sheep comment. Bro, wake up! The government is turning you into a monster, and the aliens are behind it, brother. I've seen it. What do you think? I was abducted once. They probed... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do the history. They probed me. Hello, boys. I'm back. Sounds messy, but I'll take the job.
This key card will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate.
Oh, yeah, Byzantium.
Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone.
I remember the end of this quest. I remember going to see her. Yes. Well, Sam doesn't have an opinion because he's a robot. But, this is some crazy shit. Okay, we're leaving now. I definitely don't know anything about slowing down time. Don't worry.
Who is it?
Error. Unable to process the specific customer service request. Repeat the order.
Parvati, he doesn't understand. He's dumb. You gotta remember, he's an idiot. Alright, so we have that. But we can't do it because we can't go to Byzantium yet. Okay, so back to the ship. The Unreliable. Alright. Yeah. Byzantium's on Olympus, correct? I think. I can't remember. Anyway. Where do we want to land? I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter, so...
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Let me see here. Journal. Okay, it doesn't actually show us. I think it's on... I can't remember what planet it's on. I think it's on Olympus. I believe. But I can't remember. But we can't go there until, like, later, so... Yeah. You can see a little bit of Byzantium there. Byzantium is the, is like the rich people planet. It's like the rich people place. It's where the board like the board lives, so you can't go there for a while. So we're gonna take Nyoka. So now, really, the only things that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be, I guess, essentially we're continuing with the main quest. We have to go to talk to the broker, but we also have to talk to the broker for the information on her friends. So it's technically both. We also have murder on Eridanos. I'm trying to think of when we're going to do that. I think maybe once we kind of get off of Monarch, maybe that's when. We have to get the chemicals. So, yeah, okay. Alright, so we're headed here. Alright. Alright, we get some fucking Mantiqueens. Bring it on, soldier. The fuck were you screaming for? Why was that bitch screaming? So where's the Mantiqueen? So we can't. Oh yeah, we gotta go around. All right, Mega Raptidon.
What's up?
So, sorry. Never mind. In the middle of a fight, I'm just like talking to her. God! Oh dear! I've fallen. Alright guys, this water down here is fine. Just trying to reach this like Devil's Peak Caverns. Yeah, that's right. The caverns are. You said the caverns were safer, right? Yeah. All right. So we'll go through the caverns. The caverns.
Look up. That makeshift bridge, we gotta cross it. First we go under, then hook around to the left, then up and over.
All right. They can deal with all that. They can deal with all that. We're just kind of looking around for people. And stuff to pick up off the ground. Ooh. Here we go. Taking that. Alright, so that's where we came in from. All the terror rays. Get fucked. Terror rays. I'm not gonna lie, man. I wish I could be a space explorer like the characters in this game. I would love that shit. Zip zap. Just because, you know, I love space, and I would love to explore space. Like, I would just love to see the planets up close. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a huge dream of mine. I know will never happen. Because we're just not there. What the fuck is that? We're just not there technological wise, you know, just not able to travel to do space travel, interplanetary space travel. You know, maybe one day, you know, if reincarnation exists or whatever, maybe one day I'll be reincarnated into a person that is able to travel through space and or time. As long as it doesn't end up like Terminator and I'm like, I have to travel naked through a portal to go back in time and try to stop my younger self from being murdered by a evil robot. Dude, I've been playing Terminator Resistance like to the bone. I'm telling you, that game, do not sleep on that game. So many people think it's bad. The PS5 version, the updated version, the enhanced version is so good. It is a fantastic story, and it takes place before the first Terminator film. It's essentially kind of like a prequel to Terminator. But holy shit, is the story so good. It's so well written. And it's just a phenomenal game. There's tons of different weapons. Like, you start out using like regular human weapons like an Uzi and a pistol, assault rifle, there's a shotgun. And then you kind of graduate to like red energy weapons, like the guns the Terminators themselves use. So like you pick up T-800 weapons, and the T-820s use 2 of them at once. You know, you start out with like fighting drones and like little spider bots and these like little snake robot things called silverfish. And then you eventually graduate from red energy weapons to purple energy weapons. And there's like these like minigun type of, like an LMG type, there's like an LMG type energy weapon. There's like assault rifle energy weapons. There's sniper rifles. It's sick. The weapons are so good. It's got some crafting. It's got
That's a big one.
Oh shit.
You can tiptoe around to the left or go in guns blazing. Up to you. I vote the latter.
I kind of want to do the guns blazing. But yeah, it's got like some crafting and stuff, and there's all kinds of like little sub weapons like pipe bombs and shit like that. But damn, it's a great game, and I highly recommend people pick it up. It's been on sale as well, so. Oh, you're done already. Well, this assault rifle just decimates. So, my kill. Hello, Berthold Fox.
That assist was a violation of corporate
assist, bitch! I fully own that thing.
Benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands. I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger. You haven't seen Constance, have you? Ah, there's her torso. And that'll be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Berthold.
What in the void are you thinking, creeping around a mannequin like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here.
What are you doing here?
Killing marauders and hooligans, as I am handsomely paid to do. Of course, as me and Constance discovered, they ain't the only forms of life inhabiting these caverns. I owe you a debt for saving my neck, stranger, and I mean to pay it. There's a station up the way. It's where my C3s are posted.
Okay.
We can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way, once I've gathered up Constance's parts.
So anyway, back to Terminator Resistance. You actually even get to meet John Connor as well, which is pretty sick. There's an expansion that that they actually released that I haven't played it yet. I'm still working through that. I just finished the main campaign yesterday. But there's an expansion where you get to play. We go on these like missions with Kyle Reese as well, and that's pretty sick. And there's even an infiltrator mode where you get to play as a Terminator. So I mean, how could you go wrong? It's really good, and it's coming to Xbox in October. But it's it's available on PS5 now, the enhanced edition. The exact same version as what's on PS5 is coming to Xbox in October, and I'm definitely picking it up for sure. It's just so fun, and I've loved it. Like the achievements are super easy to get as well. Like they're not really that difficult. I mean, there's just a lot of miscellaneous stuff as well as some story stuff, but it's been super easy. Lots of dialogue choices. There's 2 different endings. There's a good and a bad ending. There is the Terminator theme is in the game, and the Terminator theme is like this like rock version that has like guitars, and it just, oh man. And of course, everything, like all the Terminators you would want, like there's all the different T-800s and stuff, and then there's also the HK aerials, the hunter killer like ships, and then there's the hunter killer tanks as well. And yeah, it's like a story that takes place. It kind of like tells you how. Oh god! It tells you how the Terminators from the first and second movies were sent back, as well as how they came to have Terminators like what you saw in the movies, the ones with the skins on them. It's just really sick. And there's like an epilogue and everything that kind of gives you an idea of what happens to characters if you make good choices. So, oh, hello, Marauder. Nice. But yeah, it's made. I think the developer's name is they're pronounced Tehran, but they're the ones that are making the RoboCop game that's coming up as well, which I was super interested in. And a lot of people have said don't skip Terminator Resistance because it's so good, and I'm absolutely on that train. I will tell you the exact same thing. Don't skip the game. It's super good. All right, we're going to just trash all these. I know that none of them are good. And we'll get rid of that too. Sisty Chops. Oh, look at that. Nice little wrapped up package. Is there any other ones that we haven't looked at yet? What do we have here? Mr. Acid. And Super Scope. We can get rid of that. The junk. We have. Oh, they have the Incense Vessel. I think we've looked at that. Yeah, the little inhaler type thing. Let's see. Coolant tank. Very much. Cosmic smokes. Yeah, we've looked at those. Pipe patch. Oh, there's the tobacco-corn. I don't know if there's any. We've looked at that. More toss ball cards. Alright, I think we're good on all that stuff. God. Alright, so yeah, now we can get out of here. Doublespeak Summit. Which just pretty much is like, as you can see.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
There's a lady over here.
Get over here. There are marauders up ahead.
Hello?
This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew.
Yeah, the C3.
You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine,
That's my gun, if you were wondering. We don't take kindly to marauders.
No.
A coherent enough response, I reckon. Must be true. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know.
Shouldn't you be doing something about that? It's your job to protect the station.
Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with, and that's guarding these big old Devil's Peak horns.
What are you waiting for? Help me kill these marauders.
There is nothing I'd enjoy more, but the C3s play it by the book. Usually. Go petition the boss man. Maybe you can convince him to alter my duties. You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain.
How do I find other C3s?
See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There's a little station near the cliff. You'll find the rest of my crew there.
Okay. Can we take your crap down here? Thanks. We gotta get up through here. The Mantis Swarm is scared. Oh, dropped. See, it's just like we could have just walked up here, you know. They would be talking about this place. Hey, Berthold.
Hey, Mantiqueen Slayer. Glad you made it in one piece. After all, not everyone's so lucky. Meet my corporate compliance crew. Then check out our weapons locker inside. I reckon you'll find something you like.
Well, thank you very much, good sir.
Even between us.
Why are you guys guarding the station?
We were hired to do so. Why else? You did get the memo that we're mercenaries? Our client's a bit unorthodox, sure. He calls himself the broker, and prefers the glow of a terminal to flesh and blood interaction. But I can't fault his work ethic. Our current gig's to stop, by means of lethal force, any creatures exiting the caverns, including but not limited to marauders, iconoclasts, and agents operating for the MSI.
Kind of an odd for a group of mercs to label themselves as a corporate entity.
The corporate model is the oldest and most efficient, not to mention stable structure history has ever shown us. Plus, corporations got certain rights not entailed to individuals. I lead the C3s. Addie covers our payroll and expenditures. Lance handles the human capital. And Donald is our charming public face. Our system works. We've racked up more confirmed kills than any other crew you can hire.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna help them. I'm not gonna ask them to help me wipe it out because I don't need their help.
I owe you for bringing the boss man back to us.
No problem.
Thank the architect. Bertold's
Got
back.
a problem? Maybe I can help.
Thunder, huh? All right. Well, I'm not only gonna open the locker and take whatever I please, I'm also going to take everything I see within sight. I mean, ooh, a stun baton ultra. Thank you. I will take all of that. Leaving you guys with absolutely nothing to your name. What do we got here? Well, it's an assault rifle, but it doesn't do jack shit. Well, I mean, the zap. Yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of those. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Must be good. Range weapon skills plus 500 kit. Okay, we'll take that, I guess. Probably want to repair. Got a lot of a lot of monies. Not so much money anymore. 13,000 bits for a next upgrade on that. I mean, that's fine, because, like, I've really kind of been keeping these, because I haven't really found anything that I've wanted to replace them with at this point that have been stronger, so... we'll also do that, and... Do I want to do this? I mean, it's 30. I think I have a better helmets, to be honest. In terms of my helmet, I mean... It's got lockpick max on it, which is kind of what I want. So it's kind of why I've been upgrading this versus like anything else. So yeah, I might as well tinker and do that. Now we're pretty much fucking broke. Okay. Up the hill we go. Bye. Let me get my trusty sniper rifle out. It's like the one game I'll use a sniper rifle in, surprisingly. What the fuck is up here? Sundred Rock? Okay, well, we have that. Boom! Bye. Oh, I blew that guy apart. Well, I've played, so... Everybody's dead. That guy I blew apart was so satisfying. Just a shot just blew him into pieces. It wasn't even just the fact that I killed him or blew his head apart. I blew his entire body to shit. I don't even know where he is at this point. I don't even know where I ended up sticking that guy. I think it was over here somewhere. Oh no, maybe it's right here. Maybe it's the guy.
We're pretty good at this.
Oh, just the legs. Just completely blown. All of his limbs off. Nothing left of him. Yeah, you know, the this rifle is pretty good. I mean, it only holds 6 shots, but regardless, I mean, it's a great rifle, especially now that it's been upgraded so much. Especially with all of the damage that it does. Like, 350 damage, and just like, it's going to be 368 when I upgrade it again. This was one of the weapons that I used when I originally played. This was one of the weapons that I used a lot, just because I liked standing back from far away and just kind of like killing everybody, and then swooping in and picking up the mess. All right, so we gotta go in there. Hudson.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He spooks easy.
Well, clearly, but I've killed everybody at this point, so I think he's got that much to be worried about. Cleared out his marauder problem. All right, well, let's go in here.
You may not realize this, being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Which means you can't... So
Can't.
See ya. I haven't seen this guy. Alright, let's just take a look around for all the stuff. I think that's a drink we might not have seen yet.
Here's the
Alright, so...
elevator, but...
yeah, elevator.
They ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
All in one frozen dinner. Doublespeak environmental controls keycard. Memorandum: environmental controls installation and keycard. Barb, the new environmental controls terminal is now installed and running upstairs. Congratulations, you messaged corporate about it. You get to manage it. Consider this your official notice to hide its access keycard deep in the bottom of a drawer somewhere, preferably within the archives or one of the station's other popular sections, because I sure as hell will not allow our station's efficiency scores to plummet due to a pointless safety feature. Don't even think about testing the system out. The emergency sirens will make your ears bleed, and if you accidentally trigger the fire suppression system, it can suck the air from the room faster than the station's last performance review. Val. Itself, don't do that. Alright, there we are. I might break some of these down. So we can get some more weapon parts. Just wanted to see what that looked like. Alright, seeing where that leads. This is a bathroom. Face to intercom. Alright, give me a second. Just want to check around, make sure I got everything here.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
I need information. I need to see the information broker about...
No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that, aside from you.
Why me?
You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
How many Marauders broke into the station?
Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
What's in it for me?
Aside from the bits I'll be paying you? You said you wanted something from me. Something information-related. I'll give it to you, in person, once I'm safe.
Alright. What's behind this door, though? Gonna save just in case. Just in case, like, what if he's behind this door and it, like, fucks up? I don't know. Alright, it's just like a chamber thing full of lockers and such. Some bits. Alright, nothing too impressive, I guess. Alright, I think I'm done breaking down weapons now.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
Up we go. Bye.
Come out and play.
I think we got them all. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay, let's see here. Take everything I find. Messages. V. Ramsey, subject emergency protocol. As I stated in my prior 4 messages, there is simply no cause for alarm. I swear to you, Hiram, the situation is under control. What you call a near emergency, I would consider a non-event. Yes, a high-energy transmission was used for too lengthy a period of time, and yes, generators cannot safely support that activity. Yes and yes, they could have been damaged under load, but the point remains nothing happened. We caught the issue in time. The engineers involved were reprimanded. I swear on my mama's grave it will not happen again. Now please cease contacting me for daily updates on the status of generators. Thank you, Val. From M... whatever to subject toilets. What in the black hole were you thinking, Val? At some point, space efficiency becomes the inverse to time efficiency, and one negates the other. What I mean is, how am I able to do my morning business when the toilets are directly facing the open showers? You might like watching fellows scrub their jigglies while you take a steaming dump, but I don't. Sincerely, thanks for the peep show. Not really. That was sarcasm, Theodore. On the contrary, Theo, not only is it a spatially efficient design, but it also encourages simultaneous users to hurry their business. Don't like, don't look, or speed it up and move on. After all, the faster you're back at your station, the happier we will all be. Warmest regards, Val. Postscript, you take too many bathroom breaks and you know it. Taking those. Alright, so that leads outside. It's the other door, I believe. Spacer's Jaw. I'm going to turn on for that key card. Ooh, there we go. Atmospheric controls. Ooh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do either of those. Automechanical controls. Waiting official response. Yeah, we're not gonna fuck around with those. I'm not fucking myself up, thanks. Bypass shunt. There's somebody up here as well, but I think, oh no.
That's the last of them, I think.
Just right in the back of the fucking skull.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. Do hurry on in.
Well, none of this is stealing, so I will be taking that. Thank you very much. Oh, those down there too. And then this, I think this is personal terminal.
Left hand, Cap.
Personal files. Let's see. Memorandum titled Clear Blue Skies, mood optimistic. Dare I say, the future is looking bright indeed. I can run a full gamut of operations without ever leaving the sanctuary of the broadcast room. Sanjar and Graham are living up to their promises, have not interfered with initial broadcast. The deal's holding an eye. I believe I can make a life here. Sneaky, sneaky, mood sneaky. He had a near miss the other day. Nearly ended up with the board on my trail. We will mark that trial firmly in the failure category. One must experiment, however, to ascertain the best methods. I have found thus far that the most reliable method for evading detection within the limited frequency of Monarch's off-world transmissions involves duplicating regular news broadcasts on several unused frequencies. My information gathering associates know how to filter out the sounds in the vocal range, in turn isolating the embedded data, and the board's authorities are none the wiser. Playing hazard has never been so thrilling, nor high stakes. Should have known, mood furious. Pox it all, those imbecilic children. In their hatred of each other, Sanjar and Graham have oversaturated my key bands. They'll take down each other all right, and me right alongside with them. I should have never invited them to play, but what to do about it now? What to do indeed? Priority transmission log. SAS station's primary band is operating with minimal signal interference. So we're not gonna begin broadcasting. At least I think that might fuck shit up. Hold on, let me just save this real quick. Let's just save this just quickly. Authorized broadcaster, don't even try to pretend you're unaware that all the broadcasting is currently locked down. Please return to milling about the break room and lamenting that the internship incorporate arbitration you never finished, or to override the lock on recording, simply enter your admin password and username and password in the command line. Oh, you can't? Maybe should have been nicer to Val. Right, so we couldn't do it anyway. Alright, so let's talk to Hiram.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not
Dude, what's wrong with the inside of your mouth?
This calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
I told you, I'm looking for a certain information broker.
Ah yes, our little chat on the intercom. You're looking for the premier broker for all of Monarch, which you knew was me, clearly. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me.
You're right.
I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing Raptidons off your stoop.
Are you fibbing? Be honest.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. I was delayed by MSI and the Iconoclasts. The idiots were scrambling all transmissions to override each other's broadcasts. But as you've shut them down, I'm back in business. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the purchaser, and to the purchaser alone. However, to send the
Pirate
data,
radio.
I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments.
Phineas doesn't trust many people. How did he hook up with you?
You make it sound so scandalous. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history.
Now you hold on. I do not physically go between anyone but that of my choose. Oh, apologies. You meant, right. Yes, I braved the wilderness so you don't have to.
Precisely. I really ought to give you a raise.
And I bet I have a whole new checklist of crap to do before it works, right?
Don't be ridiculous. We're resetting a broadcast tower, not filing taxes. There are no errands, spreadsheets, or rituals involved. It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. I'll key in the numerical adjustments from in here.
That's it? You're not pulling my leg?
Someone has trust issues, though I can't hardly feign surprise. Yes, that is all. No, I am not mocking you. Much. Just step outside, flip the switch, depart forever. Understood? Good. Marvelous. We're in agreement.
This is why I stopped helping out around here, you know. It's always throw this lever, shoot that marauder, save my life. Just one thing after another with you.
If that's really all, let's just get it done with and be on our way.
Got it.
Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath. Give a shout if the panel electrocutes you.
All right, so the thing about this, this question, we're gonna talk to Hiram a little bit more because we have to talk to him about all this other stuff. The thing about this, we have to jumpstart the tower, is that this is going to be this whole thing is the second like big quest in which you have to make like a decision on who you side with. As you know, we've been helping Sanjar, and as you know, we've also been helping the Iconoclast. Just like with the first decision, where you can side with, you know, either the Cannery or, you know, the Rebels, there's the third option, right, where you get them to work together, and that's essentially like kind of like the best choice. The same thing can be applied here. Choosing Iconoclast or MSI, or doing the third choice, which you're going to see, which is what I'm going to do, which is getting them to work together. That's essentially going to be the idea here behind this kind of choice. So, yeah, that's. But we're going to continue next time. We're going to talk to Hiram some more because we have to talk to him about the stuff with Nyoka and everything. We'll talk to him about that next time. And then we will jumpstart the broadcast tower and blah, blah, blah. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it. I will see you all in the next one. Take care and goodbye.